Tabasco hot chicken Sriracha Jack. That Sriracha Jack sounds good.
So I grew up literally behind our restaurant, customers coming into our home every single evening because my dad built a building that didn't have a dining room. So literally that's our neighbors, our customers became our family. And so it extended beyond just our family to the neighborhood, the community, and people came in and you got to know them and their kids, and they would spend the night, and they were crazy times, but it was growing up, like that was an awesome experience for us.
That's right. I'm a designated eater,
come in
but
just
I'm
in
here.
time
So tell us a little about what we got on the table here. We gotta show off the work here.
Okay, so this honestly, truly is still my dad's favorite pizza. This is a founder's favorite. So we've had it on our menu forever. It's banana peppers and ham and my grandma's sausage recipe and pepperoni. So if you saw Undercover Boss, did you see Undercover Boss?
Yes.
So when I've made this pizza a million times, right? Because I've worked there all my whole life. So on Undercover Boss, I truly did forget to put the banana peppers on it. And so they called me out on it, of course. But that's my dad's favorite pizza. So he borrowed $700 from my grandpa and $600 from my other grandpa, so my mom and dad, and opened up the business. Really important point to the name Donato's. Gertie Pizza is our last name, so Gertie Pizza he knew would not be a really good idea. So he bought the name Donato's from a gentleman who sold pizza on the south side to Planks Cafe, which I know you guys have done Planks, which we love that family. And so he sold it out of his house. He was in the seminary, and his name was Don Potts, and he named it Donato's because it means to give a good thing. So my dad bought the name from Don Potts, and then obviously our recipe and my grandma's sausage and meatball recipe continue to carry us through. So Jason, tell them why it looks the same every time. How do you make the pizza?
We use scales so that way it's consistent. It doesn't matter what location you go to, what state you go to. I mean, they're all going to be the same. So you know what to expect every time you order it.
You got like a ruler, like an abacus or
Place
something?
the pepperoni out.
Lots of practice. They start from the outside edge and just work their way in.
We hear this is Grandma Grody's meatball recipe,
Yeah,
and this
it
is
is.
fantastic.
It's great. I didn't know I could get them like this.
So part of this concept included our Black Brick Tavern and why we called it Black Brick Tavern. So when my dad first started and he bought the name Donato's and then he opened up his first pizza shop on Thurman Avenue, South Side, he'd sit across the street in his little shop. It was a storefront, and he would visualize across the street a freestanding building that he wanted to build. And when he visualized it, he always visualized this black brick building, not with the dining room for some reason, but this black brick building, and to the point where if you believe in power of positive thinking, like he would visualize customers being happy and smiles on their faces and associates. And so we ended up living behind that first building that he built, and he was so determined to make it black brick because that's what he saw in his vision, that when we were little kids, he's like, I traveled all the way to London. And we're like, but it was London, Ohio, which seems really far away. He's like, I went all the way to London to get black brick because it was that important. So when you have a goal and a dream and you visualize and you work really hard to get it, that's how important it was for him to really bring that to life with the black brick. So this idea, the Black Brick Tavern, was about bringing our history and really giving homage to our history, but building it on the future. So that's where the Black Brick Tavern came from. I think the passion for us was about our people. And while we're in the pizza business, it's so much bigger than the pizza. Everything we do is much bigger than the pizza. It's not about the pizza, it's about the people. And it's about our people that serve it, it's about our family. So buying the company back was instrumental for us because of the people that work at Donato's and because of who they are and because of the customers that we serve. So I would say everything about Donato's, it's bigger than the pizza.
Yeah, so what happened here?
Yeah, so we just got back from Hawaii. Spent 4 nights in Kauai, 5 nights in Maui, then spent a day at Disney.
How was it really?
Kauai is like what the Garden of Eden looked like, man. Like it has to be. It's beautiful. It's lush. It's incredible. Here, hold on one second.
Picture coming up here.
Hold on. I got to.
Come on.
My favorite.
All ready to go.
See here, Waimea Canyon. It's
That's
beautiful.
cool.
Then we went to Maui, and that's where we did some more like snorkeling, and we took a helicopter tour around Mount Haleakala. We saw the crater. Only vehicle that's ever driven in the crater is the Lunar Rover. That's where they practice
really?
driving the Lunar Rover.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty
I didn't know
cool.
that.
Kyle can maybe
That was at the Marriott. We actually drank out of a coconut.
It's pretty cool.
They have these trees called rainbow eucalyptus trees. They're all like crazy colors and everything. So, yeah, good wife, great wife, best wife I could have ever asked for, and good honeymoon. So, glad to be back though.
I thought you were gonna say best wife I've ever had.
Best wife I've ever had. I love you, Josie. All right, well, we're here at the Donato's in the Short North. We actually had a special guest with us today. We got all sorts of pizza. We got all sorts of meat pizza. You know me, I love meat. We had everything from hot chicken, which was delicious. I didn't realize that pickles on pizza could be amazing, but it was. I love the Hawaiian pizza. You got the salty ham with the pineapple. But at the end of the day, what they do best, what they do incredibly every single day, is their pepperoni pizza. It just tastes amazing. The pepperoni is incredible. We always say that in the group that you have to be able to do a pepperoni pizza well, otherwise you're not really a pizza shop, and that's probably what they do best here.
So Donato's Pizza, the original thin crust Columbus style pizza, can't go wrong with their thin crust pizza. That's been a staple here for generations. We tried their gluten-free crust tonight on their vegan pizza. Surprisingly, very normal. So recommend that if that's your thing too. Great pizza tonight.
So here in the Short North, this location is amazing. You got the family area on the right-hand side, or left-hand side. You got the bar on the right, the patio, like it opens up. Fantastic weather. It's heated. The music was nice and smooth. Atmosphere. It was a very hip place, to tell you the truth.
So here at Donato's tonight, we had some excellent sauce on the pizza here. The nice thing about Donato's Pizza is that you actually get a good chunk of sauce when you take a bite. You'll see it oozing out. So that's perfect pizza for me. Also, we got the bruschetta pizza, which was an oil-based sauce, a little bit sweeter, worked well with the traditional crust, tasted so good. And they also supplied ranch, which is always a thumbs up in my book.
I am currently eating the cinnamon tapano. They apparently have a cinnamon and an apple version, 2 different versions. This is the cinnamon version, which has some icing on it, and I'm guessing brown sugar. I don't know, some type of icing drizzle on it as well. Definitely has some cinnamon here on the crust of it. This thing is probably way fatting, but it is phenomenal.
All right, so here at Donato's in the Short North, I think one thing is evident. This place feels like family. So when you find pizza that feels like family, you're definitely going to find some great pizza, and that is definitely what we had here tonight.
My favorite pizza is a large pepperoni with tomatoes on it. Dipping it in ranch dressing. Because that's what we do in Ohio, right?
Kyle likes, he's the sauce guy. He likes dipping his
Right? You have to dip it.
What is it about that combination that you like?
I think it's uncooked tomatoes, so it's the coldness of the tomatoes and the crispiness of our pepperoni. If you put lettuce on it, it could be a BLT, right? But it's that combination. And then dipping it in ranch dressing, because you have to dip everything in ranch dressing.